Daniel here from laurendaniel.com. So I thought I'm going to jump in quickly and chat about something I've been wanting to chat about for quite a few days now. That I must say has been causing a bit of reaction within me. And so I've been actually really feeling into why am I reacting so much. And this is the whole concept of niching. And I think why I'm getting so frustrated is because there's a lot of fly-by-night coaches out there. People, I call them vultures, for want of a better word, preying on people's insecurities that they lack certain amounts of knowledge. And I've been seeing it in a lot of forums lately. People who have been a therapist or a coach for a few months and now saying that they're a business coach and they can guide therapists and, oh, awesome. Simone, wonderful. Thank you for being on board. And saying, that they're there to guide people to success. And then I'm seeing the comments that they're making in groups and the content that they're sharing, and it's literally making my blood curdle. Because I just feel like everybody and anybody thinks that the only solution and the only way to be successful is with this concept of niching. And I had a client the other day, she came to me and she said she's working with quite a popular personal brand, 2 people, whatever it is, that are really targeting hypnotherapists to start making their businesses very, very successful. And the basic concept that they teach, and they charge a fortune, it's probably like $5,000, okay? And the concept they teach is finding your niche. And this person was saying to me, I don't want to I don't feel like I need to know my niche now. Why are they pushing me? And I keep on going back to them and saying, this is not what I feel is the right strategy for me right now. And they keep on saying, just follow the process, follow the process. And wherever I go, all I just see is you need to find your niche. You need to find your niche. That's the way to make you successful. And I saw a post, this is all over, and I saw a post recently where a girl posted, the only way to differentiate yourself is by having a niche. So remember that I have 20 years of marketing experience and marketing postgrads, honors, etc. So marketing strategy and understanding it is so important for me, and people really understanding the concept and what works and doesn't. And that's why it's irking me so much, because it's like people are throwing around these concepts of like niching. That's what you need to do. And every single person I see holding courses and being coaches, it's we need to find your niche, we need to find your niche. So how come is it then, if that's so critical, that 3.5 years down the line, I have a thriving 6-figure business, and only now have I really found what you can call a niche, okay, which is an area of focus, but I have multiple of those areas of focus. And there are people who are coming out of studying and being a coach and a hypnotherapist and thinking, oh, I've got to find my niche, I've got to find what is it, and it's becoming paralyzing to them. And I almost wanted to, and then I had to bite my tongue, call this video FUCK niching, because that's honestly where I'm getting to. It is not about niching, guys. If we could do one thing, can you get niching out of your mind? Seriously? Okay? The way to start building a successful business in the sea of sameness, so of 71,000 coaches and growing, plus hypnotherapists, and growing astronomically as one of the largest growing professions in the world, because it's easy to get in. Anybody can call themselves a coach. Unfortunately, it is the way it is. The only way to differentiate yourself, ladies and gents, is by building a personal brand, first and foremost. If you decide niching is what's going to differentiate you, how come there's millions of people in your niche? What's going to differentiate you there? Okay? The only thing that differentiates you from anybody else is like your fingerprints, is you. Is you and your personal brand, and building your personal brand in a way with your ideal target audience that they fall in love with you over anybody else. And I've been looking around, and my coaching business Kickstart Academy that I'm running at the moment is focused significantly on building your personal brand, on building your personal brand strategy first and foremost. Because let me tell you, people will only buy from you, and you know this, once they know, like, and trust you, okay? And they're only going to know, like, and trust you once they've engaged with you and your personal brand. So I'm seeing somebody saying here, your personal brand. Thank you, Priya. So your personal brand, a brand is when people think of you or come across you, it is the feelings, emotions, and sense they get from you. Okay, it is why you have a red t-shirt, plain red t-shirt, and next to it you have a plain same red t-shirt but with a Nike tick. The normal t-shirt, your normal t-shirt, I'm just looking at what Carolyn's saying here. The normal t-shirt, you're lucky if you can charge $2 for it. The Nike t-shirt, you can charge $30 easily. It is because in that Nike tick, in that brand, has been built perceptions, has been built personalities, has been built ideals that the brand is sporty, makes you feel aspirational, sets you apart as unique, is worth quality. Now, a personal brand is the same thing. It is building a strategy around who you are, what you stand for. I'm saying as the coach and therapist, what your expertise is, what your story is, what your results are, and why people then fall in love with you. That brand, seen over and over again, the expertise, the way you speak, the stories you tell, your energy, your personality, that is what is going to draw people in. So that when people go, oh, I'm really struggling with this part of my life, the first name and the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, Lauren Daniel. And they contact you. Or as you're coming down a funnel, because you actually build your clients into a funnel, they're loving you, they're loving your brand, they're loving what you create, they're loving your consistency, they're loving what you're standing for, they're loving your purpose, that they will buy from you because they've fallen in love with you. And that is what this entire business is about. It is not about who is your niche. What are you offering your niche? You can niche Kapeesh. You can have the most amazing offers at the cheapest possible price. It makes no difference if you haven't built a powerful, powerful personal brand that people fall in love with. Think of Oprah. The first thing that comes to mind, what are the words? Aspirational, spiritual, personal development, authenticity, real. Okay? That is her brand. That is how a strategy is beside that, to build her that way in every interaction with her, so that that is what you think of. Tony Robbins, first words, rags to riches. Okay? Most prominent personal development guy. Energy, power, That's been built around him. So the primary objective of being in the coaching industry, being in the therapy industry, being in the personal development industry, and wanting to set yourself apart so that you've got clients streaming through the door attracted to you, is not only the mindset work, okay, that aside, but from a strategy perspective, is building a strategy around your personal brand, sticking to that strategy and letting people fall in love with you. Then you can sell your products, whatever it is, and your offers. So when I started out, ladies and gents, I started out as hypnotherapist and coach. I created a unique value proposition, okay, which if you work with me on my course, you will understand what all these words mean. And anybody who was into personal development and wanted to shift in their lives for the better as quickly as possible and as deeply as possible and start their journey of transformation, welcome to Lauren's unique hypnotherapy and coaching blueprint. That is holistic, okay? They bought into me, my story. Thank you, Carolyn. What I represent, and wherever you see me, if you see me on my web, if you see me on my social media, if you see me on Instagram, if you see me in person, if you come to me, this is what you get, this brand, okay? Because I've really understood myself, and I tell people my story from a place of authenticity, and that attracts them to me consistently. The word of mouth gets out there. That's what I've got now. Personal development, any shift, come to Lauren. But I started off broad, guys. There was no niche. And I decided I'm going to start off like a doctor does. You have to start off broad, like a general practitioner, okay? And experience, for me, it's also about you. It's about you being fulfilled in your work, right? So experiencing all the people that came. Within a couple of months, I was like, addiction, quit smoking, that stuff's not for me. Boom. If people come to me with that, I refer on. But self-love, self-worth, weight, love attraction, working with entrepreneurs, that is what I love. And so I started creating little programs around that. And when people came to me, I'd go, oh, well, here's a program on this. This is actually a speciality of mine. But if somebody still came to me with trichotillomania, pulling their hair out, yeah, I welcome you. We come in and I work with you. And it's taken me 3.5 years now where I absolutely have realized my niche, and that is working with soulpreneurs, so coaches and therapists. But in mindset and hypnotherapy, absolutely, but also in strategy, because that's my love and passion. And I wake up every single day with this kind of energy because I'm doing what I love. But a client I had yesterday, we worked on relationship issues. A client a couple of days ago, we're working on the art of love attraction. So I'm still working across the board, but I also have a very clear strategy as part of my brand strategy of where I communicate what specialities. So if you go into my Instagram page, that is very much speaking to hypnotherapists and coaches, okay? Selling that value proposition there. If you go to my Facebook business page, okay, I've got one that speaks to general. So building my audience with people who are looking for help, who are looking to shift their lives generically. And that's Lauren Daniel, hypnotherapist and coach. I've got another business group called the Coach and Business Community. Okay, and then I've also got my Facebook, that's my business page, and then I've got my Facebook groups, one for weights and one for soulpreneurs. It does get a little bit much over time, but I can tell you my personality, if you know anything about human design, I'm a manifesting generator. I will get so bored and unfulfilled if I focus on one thing day in and day out. Okay, I have to be having a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of that. And I can honestly say I've really got expertise in all of them. I am passionate about these different areas of speciality. And who knows, ladies and gents, maybe this time in a few couple of months, I have something else that I'm absolutely passionate about and I'm going to be moving into that space. That is okay. The premise is that you need to set your business up and build your business up. And Carolyn and those that are on my course currently will tell you this in a way that your foundations of your business are flexible so that you can shift. Okay, I see people going, okay, my niche is now business coaching. And they go and they build their whole website on just being a business coach. Okay, they're not going to attract people coming in for self-worth, love attraction. They're not, because they've blocked themselves as a business coach. And so my greatest advice to you, thank you, Carolyn. My passion is my superpower. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so passionate about soulpreneurs. And I'm so passionate about you guys, getting the right information and the right strategy to build your businesses, because I'm here, I'm teaching the fishermen to fish. That's my purpose. And I'm here to help every one of you become successful. And so I'm asking you to please sift through a lot of the garbage that is out there, okay? Before you take advice from people, do your work on understanding what is their background, what is their expertise, what are their success rates, etc., etc. Before you buy into this information. People are just spewing out information left, right, and center, and it really is making me shudder. I've got to be honest with you. So I wanted to jump into this special community because you're part of my community, and I wanted to jump in and I wanted to share that with you. And I really am. You are going to be seeing more posts around beep, beep, niche. Because, niche simply means, if you look at the word in marketing, niche means a small part of a population. That's what it means. Okay? In marketing, in order to be successful, you have to simply identify a target audience, okay, that you're focusing on communicating to so that you can focus. Because if you're spraying and praying everywhere, you're not going to reach anybody. But if you become hyper-focused on a specific target audience and understand them back to front, what they eat, sleep, drink, etc., what they're looking for, how to speak to them, you can then identify exactly what solution they need and you can provide it to them. So it all comes down to building your personal brand, understanding who you are, what you're here for, what you stand for, what makes you tick, what you love doing, what your story is, who you want to help, how you want to help it, what do those people look like, what are they looking for. If you can get that right and build your brand there and get those people to know, like, love, and trust you, amen, you've got it. Okay? You're going to build your brand. It's going to be powerful and people are going to flood to you. So that when you do go out with marketing, okay, because branding and marketing are different. Branding precedes marketing. And your marketing is only going to be effective if you've built a solid, strong brand, or personal brand in our case. Then your marketing is simply creating an offer, pricing that speaks to your target audience, and delivering it to them. And then they will look at that and they'll go, oh, no, I love her. She's amazing. I believe in her. Let me see. Yes, this product does suit me. And boops, they buy. It really is that simple. But you've got to understand how to build a brand. And a brand is not something you just pull up like that. It is strategic with a strategy. And you therefore need somebody to guide you a lot on that path. I've been looking at a lot of courses out there for entrepreneurs and soulpreneurs, and I don't see branding anywhere. And that freaks me out as well. I've got I see clients coming to me going, oh, I've created my website and I've created this. And I'm like, okay, so, what does your brand stand for? And they'll go, what do you mean? And I'll go, okay, so how did you build your website if you didn't know what you stand for, what your offer is, what your purpose is? And they go, no, I just put content out on what I offer. It doesn't work like that, ladies and gents. Okay, you have to build a brand strategy, and that's what it starts with. And that's what my awesome community in my Coaching Business Kickstart Academy are starting with next week. And I'm super excited for them. So this has gone a little bit over what I anticipated, but as Carolyn says, there's my passion jumping in. And I'd love your feedback and your thoughts on what I've shared today. Very, very controversial, but I back it 100% with theory, with science, and with experience and proof. So lovely to connect with you all today, and we will be in touch soon. Sending love. Bye.